They're horny, Jill. They've been dead for a long time. They're coming to get you, Jill.
Oh my God, I'm so scared.
Hey everyone, welcome to Straitjacket Talk, where it's two guys, a girl, and a horror show. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by a guy who hates the basement. It's Nathan.
That basement is a death trap. I ain't going down there. F*** you.
Dang, straight out.
Wow, I thought you lived in a basement.
I do not. No.
Okay. Where would I get that from?
I don't know.
Back in the basement with you, Nathan.
Where you belong.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Apparently.
Also joined by a girl who prefers pants over a skirt. It's Jill.
Do I? I don't know. I feel like it's 50-50.
A little bit of 50-50.
Both are cool. Sometimes you want to be feminine Barbara. Sometimes you want to be kick-ass Barbara. So,
Ooh.
There you go.
yeah. Duality.
Yeah. Sometimes I wear a skirt. Sometimes I wear pants.
All the power to you, man.
What am I wearing now?
You don't even know.
Oh man, I love it. It's already off the rails. Just like I like it.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Night of the Living Dead from 1990. It was written by George Romero, directed by Tom Savini. Yes, that Tom Savini, the famous special effects artist who has done Friday the 13th and The Prowler and some of the Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, great effects throughout time.
The Burning.
So, pretty cool. The Burning.
Mm-hmm.
Can't forget about Cropsy, right?
Right.
Creep show.
Was bad.
Creep show.
Creep
Yep.
show.
Night of the Living Dead had a budget of $4.2 million. Do you know how much it made at the box office?
I'm going to guess it made $15 million.
Right.
Did all right.
I'm going to double it to 8.4.
Oh.
Is that the double?
Jill would...
I'm out.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
the
Hang
number.
on.
I thought you were doubling my number, but you're
That's
doubling
what I
the-
thought,
gotcha.
too.
Sorry. Okay, you
Yeah,
guys
no,
look
8.4. Yeah, 4.2. So 8.4 is double. Yeah. Gotcha.
Quick math.
I'm no good at math, but I believe Jill's the closest, as Night of the Living Dead made $5.8 million.
Yikes.
So
Did poorly then.
not that great. The Letterboxd rating is at a 3.4 out of 5 and currently sits at a 57% on the thermometer. But what did we think of Night of the Living Dead? Before we go any further, if you could please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also hit the notification bell, because when we have a new video, you'll be the first to know. Isn't that right, Nathan?
Yes, it's a privilege.
Right. And don't let the undead get you.
No.
This was Jill's pick for an episode. No.
I can't help it. He's being goofy.
He is goofy.
Not Pluto.
Not Pluto. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
dad joke.
man.
Ba-doop. This was Jill's pick for an episode. So, Jill, why did you choose Night of the Living Dead from 1990 for us to review?
I picked Night of the Living Dead from 1990 because on my other podcast, It's Lay's podcast, I like to kind of coordinate my picks. They used to be on the same week and it was perfect. So I would like pick one movie for that podcast and one movie for this podcast, and they would like complement each other perfectly. Now it's a little bit off, but I still like to carry on the tradition. So over there, a couple of episodes ago, we did the 1968 original Night of the Living Dead, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And I had not seen the Tom Savini remake, so it's been on my list. And I thought, what better time to check it out than with you fine folks?
Wow. So this was your first time seeing this as well, correct?
Yeah.
Let's give you all our overall thoughts on Night of the Living Dead from 1990. Nathan, start us off.
Remaking a classic sort of puts you in a little bit of a catch-22. Like, if you make changes, people get upset about it. If you don't make changes, people ask, what's the fucking point? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately for this movie, I am in both of those categories because this is like as close to a shot-for-shot remake as I think I have ever seen. It is incredibly close to the first movie, but then they did make some changes, and most of them I did not like much at all. I don't know. I do think this is a good movie, but the problem is that the original exists and is superior by leaps and bounds. Despite liking this, I don't see myself ever revisiting this again, because why would I rewatch this when I can rewatch the original? And that's sort of my basic thoughts about this movie. Badass Barbara. Barbara's different than in the first movie. I can sort of take or leave that. That's fine. The ending is way inferior to the first film. They ruined the character of Harry Cooper, the basement man.
If we're going to stand around and bullshit, let's do it in the cellar where it's safe.
They just outright ruined him. He is bad in this movie. I honestly think even though George Romero used amateur actors from his local area for the first one, I think most of the performances in the first one are better than in this one, despite the fact that this one used professional actors. The obvious exception to that is Tony Todd. Tony Todd's amazing in this. I'm going to speak more negatively of this movie than I actually feel about it because the original exists, I think, is what it's going to come down to. But Jill, how about you?
I love listening to your thoughts because they are pretty much the same thoughts that I have. So I'm excited to talk about this. But for me also, this movie never stood a chance of outdoing the original Night of the Living Dead. I never expected that. I was interested to see what they would do, like making it in color as opposed to the black and white, because I feel like audiences typically gravitate towards colored movies as opposed to black and white. So I feel like that's a big thing that people hold against Night of the Living Dead before they actually watch it and realize that, okay, yeah, it's hella effective in black and white. So maybe they were trying to keep it contemporary, draw in this audience and make it as palatable as possible for them. But kind of like you said, like I'm going to echo a lot of the same sentiments as you. You know, they updated this movie. On one end, I'm like, why would you even attempt to remake a masterpiece? That's, in my mind, it's a perfect movie. There's nothing wrong with the original Night of the Living Dead in my eyes. So it's like, why even attempt to do it? But also I understand the need to kind of modernize it. Yeah, they made some changes. And like you said, it's pretty shot for shot and sometimes even line for line.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
But it's not for the better in the way that it's done. And I also am probably going to speak a lot of negative things about this movie, especially in comparison to the original. But it doesn't mean I don't like this movie. It's just, it really does not stand a chance. Like it's just, no. It has that cursed fate of being compared to this masterpiece of the original.
They needed to make more changes to separate it. Yeah. In my opinion. So
on a positive note, I was looking forward to this also because I had never seen anything directed by Tom Savini. So I was interested in, you know, how good of a director he could be, because we already know he's a good actor, a good stuntman, amazing special effects artist. And I knew the zombies in this movie were going to look amazing. Special effects are top notch as always. So maybe that might be better than the original one, but I still prefer the gore even in that one.
I was going to say, I actually disagree. But
oh, really?
Yeah, I think the original has better special effects, but go on.
I think in terms of like the palette of a modern audience and like the type of gore that they want to see zombies as they are known to us now. And then back in like 68, this was kind of the very first like prototype of a zombie movie. So nobody had ever seen anything like that before. So it was this like ingenuity about it. And this one, it's like, okay, we've seen this type of thing before, but this is what people crave because they expect this from a zombie movie. I will say in this movie, speaking about the zombies and how they look, I like that there is a good variation. Like you have some very like bloated kind of zombies, and like they just look so deformed that it's hard to imagine that they were like once human sort of zombies. But they also have that in conjunction with the kind of crazed like human kind of zombies that we are used to seeing in zombie movies nowadays. I like that you had kind of like broken off limbs and unnatural angles and sort of that going on. And you can tell that Tom Savini had a fun time making this, and it's very much in his wheelhouse. So yeah, I think they maximize what they're doing for a contemporary audience. They updated the dialogue, which was also, I think, just not my favorite. Like, I feel like this movie was also a little bit bloated despite only being like an hour 32. It felt longer because I forget how long the original is, but it's
about the same. It's like an hour 37, hour 38, somewhere in there.
So probably longer, but it feels less bloated. I caught myself just getting kind of bored at times with this one, just because
96
I'm like,
minutes. Sorry.
Oh, okay. This just felt like it had a lot of extra stuff that it didn't need. Dialogue, explanation, that was another thing. Like they're over explaining this virus and what's going on. And I don't care because in the original, it's like not a thing. You learn at the end that it could be like a chemical sort of thing. Yeah, I just didn't care for things to be over explained. And I feel like they took some of the smart choices from the original out of it, like the truck blowing up, for example. In the first movie, it's like less obvious what's going to happen. The torch is like on the ground and then it kind of hits the gas and lights up. But this one, you have a fucking flaming torch like on the back of a truck, and they shoot the lock for the gas pump. And when I did see the original, I did think, okay, what a stupid choice, but nothing bad happened in that regard. But this one, it did happen. And another thing that I missed was in the original, you have Ben's car with the headlights on, and they learn that the zombies are repulsed by the light. Then he thinks about the fire and like the Molotov cocktails, which I don't think there were like any Molotov cocktails in this, which is a major bummer for me. The fact that they took that little detail out of it that I really liked about the first one. And then just to go back to what you said about, the casting here, it's a much more larger and professional and probably costly cast. Tony Todd is my favorite, though. I think he's amazing. I think I wouldn't be able to pick over him or Dwayne for the Ben role, but I thought they were both really good. Yeah, I think George Romero was able to do this on such a small budget. Like, let me pull up the numbers and then I'll throw it over to Kevin. I'm sorry I'm hogging this.
No.
The original budget was $114,000, and it's like one of the highest grossing like movies on its budget like ever. I think it grossed like 12 to 30 million worldwide, whereas this one's 4.2 million, and what was it?
5 million, something
5 million that they grossed. So like it's just night and day, like what they could do with that little like resources. And I think that was like one of the things I like about Night of the Living Dead, the original 1968 version, is that it feels kind of punk rock in the way that they went about their resources and the way that it was filmed. It's less like kind of corporate than this one with all this money. But I have more things to say, but I want to let Kevin speak for a little bit. So what are your thoughts, Kevin?
It's cool to hear both of your perspectives, especially from this one based in comparison to the original, because I think the original is probably my favorite zombie movie of all time. I know they don't call it zombie. And that's what's cool.
They're zombies.
I like the undead or the ghoul name with it. And I like how in this one, too, they still don't call them zombies as well. I appreciate that. Zombie movies are not my favorite movies. I've said it before, because for me, it always turns like existential horror into people dynamics and things like that, which I don't mind so much, but I think it's such a formula in all of these movies that it kind of overshadows even the zombies in a lot of movies and a lot of the horror that's going on.
And that's kind of the point, too, because of George Romero. Like, he kind of started that narrative in those movies. Like, they even make that statement in this movie. It's like, it's us, not them, or whatever she says at the end.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Sorry, Kevin.
No. I think that's a valid point for sure. I think like you can definitely weave in those narratives, and like I think those are cool. I just don't like when they kind of overshadow the whole movie and become like what the movie is. What I find interesting about both these films is that they both happen in periods of time where it's a very like barren wasteland of horror movies. Obviously, Night of the Living Dead in 1968 didn't have many horror movies around that time. 1990, though, there wasn't that many horror movies either that were around as well. So I kind of admire both these films for kind of coming out in these stretches of time where there really wasn't much in the way of horror. This one, I think what it has for it for me is, first off, Tony Todd, like we talked about. I think he is really amazing. And this is pre-Candyman, too, which is something like you can really look back on and be like, whoa, like you can see how dynamic he is. And so especially for like a horror film, right? Like he takes over every scene he's in. He almost, in my opinion, part of the problem, too, is every scene he's in, he kind of overshadows all the other actors and things like that. So
I'm thinking about my own ass. Now you want to go down in that cellar? Go. Nobody's stopping. Damn it, Helen, will you quit yelling at me? I can't think straight with you yelling at me.
That's not his fault, though.
Yeah. But it's noticeable for it. The color in this as well, it looks a lot like Pet Sematary to me, which came out a year earlier. And I do like the feel of it. It feels like a warm blanket a little bit. That like Arachnophobia was also shot in this kind of color grading too. It's got that nostalgia feel for me. And I kind of dig that. I really like that. Obviously, 1968, Night of the Living Dead, black and white, it's iconic. But I think if you're going to do something that's maybe a stylized color variation, this is really good. I don't know how it would be in a modern with everything how it is, but this I like. It felt very warm and very for the period for sure. This is almost like the perfect definition of when someone hasn't seen a horror movie, what is a horror movie? And I think if you show this to somebody, right, it's got the zombies that are all disfigured. It's got a cast that's trying to protect themselves. There's a lot of screaming. There's like deaths. There's, I mean, it's really like encompassing of like what a horror movie would be for somebody maybe who hasn't seen one. And I like that. Like everything feels a little over the top and dramatic, and it sells it really well, I think, as well. I don't know. I enjoy this movie. And again, I don't really like zombie movies, but you know, I know it's almost kind of a rehash of the original movie. But again, I think for people, especially who haven't seen the original Night of the Living Dead, this is not a bad movie to like see as your kind of gateway into that. And I think the other thing to remember, too, is there had been other like, you know, versions of the zombie movie that had come out like year after year after year after year. And this kind of was, I think, trying to take it back a little bit to that thought of what it started as. What you had talked about, too, with the gore, I agree. Like, the gore was not a lot in here. And according to Savini, the producers on this were really, really strict with what he could do and couldn't do. And he said about 40% of this movie is his, and the rest is not his vision at all. So That seems like it could be the case, because when you think Savini, man, you think like these gore effects are going to be popping, and these zombies, we've seen it in other movies with his zombies, are going to be amazing. Yeah. And this felt very watered down.
Okay. Am I the only one who thinks some of these effects looked cheap? I mean, where I was like, that's a dummy. That's a dummy.
I think because they are like very practical. Yeah, well, like you can
just
tell.
See it. I don't know. I feel there's other practical effects where I was less like, I don't know. I felt like the original had better effects. And I said that, and I think that's probably a controversial statement, but I think it's because the original worked within what they were able to do better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, all right, Ben's hitting a zombie with a fire poker, right? But he's not. He's actually hitting the ground. You're looking up at him hitting the ground and you're hearing sound effects. Whereas in this, I see Barbara hitting that big fat zombie in the head, but it's like, dunk, and it just doesn't look natural or right. Like she's obviously hitting a dummy in the head. Saying that, I feel like I've seen much better effects out of Tom Savini than what I saw in this movie, where this felt more fake. Like maybe they needed to cut down on the number of effects to dedicate more money to better effects, more sparingly.
That's a good point.
I'm just in line with what we're saying about the lack of gore, it being kind of watered down. I think one of the producers was John A. Russo, who did like the writing in the first movie, and he helped produce this movie with someone else. I forget. So I'm wondering if that's like part of his decision too, because the first movie is kind of like sparingly in gore and things like that. But when it's done, it looks really good.
The first one was probably also the goriest movie that had ever come out at that point in time, though.
And they used chocolate syrup for the blood, and I think like a ham as like the meat, and the actors were eating it and throwing up.
They had that like sausage looking intestine there or whatever that they were slurping in the first one.
And they did not do that in this one. And also they didn't have Karen or Sarah, whatever we're going to call her. She's Karen to me. They don't have her eating her mother, which is like one of the best scenes in the first movie.
Yeah.
You got to eat your mother. We want to see the sausages.
They also pussed out on her age. Am I wrong about that? Like
she was
in the
younger.
first one, she's like 9 years old. In this one, it's like that chick has smoked pot with her friends before.
She's a teenager.
You know what I'm saying?
It's more scary and eerie with the younger.
It's more shocking for it to be like a 9 or a 10-year-old than a teenager. I mean, they're both. She's a kid. In this movie, in the first one, she's a child,
has more impact. I think, like going to what I said, I think this could be a first movie you show somebody for a horror movie, because nothing is like really brutal. Everything is a little bit tame, and it might not be a bad first watch.
Although that twisted up zombie that Ben was beaten on when he first arrived, he kind of freaked me out a little bit. The legs twisted up like that.
It's the guy I'm thinking of with like the limbs just like unnaturally spread out. And, like,
trying to go still. For sure. I want to get to the opening of this. And the thing I like, it's funny, like talking about this movie, you're almost talking about the 1968 one hand in hand.
It's too close. It's too similar.
This episode's turning into a versus episode.
It's a double feature.
The original Night of the Living Dead had such an iconic opening. This one has a very similar opening, but what they do is they kind of play with the audience a little bit, right? Because they know that the walker in the background in the original is the zombie, right? In this one, he's not the zombie, and he's just he was some random guy
hit in the head or something at some point.
He was like, he seemed fucked up. Like
I was confused. about that. I was like, is he like kind of a zombie, but he hasn't fully turned yet? So you just
maybe.
I don't know.
He was also confused, it seemed, though.
Yeah.
He apologized for nothing.
Johnny!
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Maybe he's just
Well, he was
Canadian.
kind of close there. He was like right on them a little bit.
Sorry.
So.
And then he just walks away. Sorry for what, man? What? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, dude. I'd be
horny.
a little freaked out.
They're horny, Barbara.
He was horny. That's how he got off. We have the incomparable Bill Moseley here as Johnny, right? As the iconic Johnny.
And he won't shut the fuck up the entire time.
Coming to get you, Barbara. Barbara.
For the love of God, Johnny.
They're horny, Barbara.
Dude, he's Chop Top. He can't get it out of his character.
Yeah.
It's who he is.
Oh, wait. Is he Chop Top?
Yeah, he's
I didn't know that it was Chop Top.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Bill Moseley, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that movie, so. You know what I didn't like about that movie? Chop Top.
Oh my God. Poor Kevin. He must be rolling right now.
I know.
I'll tell you what, this gets me into something I did notice, though, and Nathan was right about, like, seeing dummies. You can clearly see the dummy when it hits the grave, when the zombie takes Johnny down.
And in the original, they just have the actor hit his head on the grave, and it looks so much better.
He sold it.
That's funny. There's like a lot of things in the original where there's like no safety in place. Like when Ben is on the truck with the fire torch,
God,
he's literally
yeah.
like about to like torch actual actors.
Oh my God. You're telling me you couldn't get Bill Moseley to take this hit? He would have done it.
I feel like you could have just turned the grave, like made a soft grave and made it safer that way, because I'm sure that's what they did in the first one. Or they just, killed the actor, one of the two.
No, they didn't kill the actor because he's in this movie.
Oh, is he?
He plays a very small cameo of the sheriff.
Oh. So, okay. Hard to recognize him. He's much older, apparently. And, yeah.
Well, a few years older, right? Like, what, 22 years?
Okay. After the guy with the head wound kind of waddles away,
Yeah.
a zombie shows up, right? And goes, "Rawr!"
Jump scare.
Where the fuck did that zombie come from? How did they not see him? He seems to just come up out of the ground, but like, he's not dirty. Like, there's no way he could just be lying there without them having seen it.
Dude, that makes me want to see him jump out of the ground, though. Like, that would have been so cool.
Yeah, he just leaps out of the grave, and they're like, "Oh no, Dad, what's going on?" Turns out it's their dad. That would have been awesome.
I want you to rewrite this movie.
That'd be great.
It's due
Oh
for
my
another
goodness.
remake, I think. What is it, 36 years?
36 years, yeah.
Do these zombies or undead, are they... Because I know this is a big talking point in all zombie movies, because some zombies are, I would say, more, I guess, conscious versus other zombies. Are these zombies that are thinking more? Because we have a zombie here that has a brick in his hand, right? And he's smashing the window open to get
They do
to
that in the
her.
first one.
Yeah, they do that in the first one. Yeah. I did notice that. I was surprised to see zombies, like, using tools. At that point, you're talking about the intelligence level of at least a primate. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in a lot of zombie movies, they're just completely mindless. They'd walk into an electric fence, and over and over again, if they thought it would get them where they needed to go. But yeah, I do think they're a little bit more intelligent than your average zombie in a zombie movie, because they do, like, he picks up a brick, like, I can't get through here. A brick might break this window.
When, what's his name? Tommy there and his girl blow up in the truck, they're like carrying the bodies away from the they seem like they're in a tandem. They're all
cooking.
kind of working together.
Like a barbecue.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
That's a line later in the movie, I think, right?
I think it's cool, though, to have your zombies have a little bit of difference to them. And it makes it scarier if they're using weapons and things to get to you. Like, it's like, fuck, what is it going to take to get away from these zombies, right?
Yeah. Like in Resident Evil 4. Like throw pickaxes at you and shit.
Oh, fuck that.
That would be,
yeah,
that'd be really scary. What are your thoughts on, and I know the original has it too, but your thoughts on spending most of the movie in one house, one location with a cast? I do think it makes it scary in a situation where you do feel trapped in this one house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is scary because it seems like you're in the middle of nowhere, right? And this house, I think, does a really good job of kind of comparing to the first one a little bit too, in the sense of like it looks desolate out here and no one's around. So what are your thoughts on that, Jill? Did you like the setting of one house for most of the movie?
Yeah, I did. I enjoy that, especially in like a zombie type of movie. They did it in The Walking Dead for like a season at the farmhouse.
They spent the whole season in a house, huh?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Pretty much.
I respect that.
They also did a season in a jail, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they move around. But no, I like the farmhouse because, I don't know, something about that trope, just like going to this random house and like picking through it and finding items to survive and you're just stuck there. For me, it's a little bit of a comfort thing too, because I'm like, okay, we're like safe in this house, even though I know we're not safe in this house. It makes me feel a little better that we're like inside and we're trying to board up the windows and the doors. I like that in the movie. And I like the idea of having a cellar and an attic, because I feel like I would do the attic. How are they going to get you there? So unless they burn down the whole thing. But I don't know if they're that smart. But
well, again, this goes back into they seem like they could be intelligent, though. Like maybe they do find a way to pull that string down.
Oh, God, cut it off.
Nathan, did you like the house?
Yeah, I mean, I liked the house because it was exactly the same as the house in the first one. I do think if you're going to spend a lot of time in one location, you kind of have to like the characters. And this movie does a fine job of that. I like Ben. I like Barbara. I like Tom. I said in my opening thoughts that Harry Cooper is a ruined character. And he made staying in that house for this movie a little bit harder.
Oh, yeah. He sucks.
For sure.
And not even in the fun way that he sucks in the first one.
Yeah. Well, the thing about versus episode again, but the thing about the first one is that he is not an evil guy in the first one. He is misguided, he's scared, and he's stubborn. And he does some things that he shouldn't have done because of those things. In this one, he's just an asshole. Like he's just a cartoonishly evil, annoying, abusive asshole. And it makes the character way less interesting. In the first one, I liked to dislike him. It was sort of thought-provoking. In this one, it was just like, can you shut the fuck up?
He was so obnoxious.
Yeah, he was just obnoxious. So, and why is he wearing a tux anyway?
They kind of doubled down, I felt like, on his character being the true heel. Like, we need the bad guy.
The heel.
The heel.
Yeah.
Right. You know, because that's what it felt like. Like you said, at least in the original, there was a little bit more duality to his character. This was just like, no. I'm an asshole. I'm an alcoholic. I hit my wife. Yeah. I am not protecting my daughter, really. I'm selfish. Like, there is a good little scene for a second where his daughter is a zombie and he won't shoot her.
Shoot it, Cooper. No, shoot it, Cooper. But it's my...
I get that, and I wish they played more on that idea because, like, how horrible... Like, that's a horrifying idea, right? Your daughter's a zombie. Do you shoot her? Can you shoot her? You know, that should have played out a little bit longer, but there's a 1 second thing, and then all of a sudden he's like, I got to protect myself. I'm up to the attic.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, he's never helpful at any point in this movie. Where, again, in the first one, yes, he's the asshole. Yes, he's the bad guy in the house. But he throws the Molotov cocktails out of the upstairs windows. He is reasonable enough to know that cooperation in some way, shape, or form is more likely to lead to his survival. Where in this one, he's stupidly evil. He makes it less likely that he's going to survive over and over and over again because he refuses to cooperate in any way at any point.
There is one moment where he does one very tiny good deed, and that's when he almost doesn't bring the cup of nails.
Helen!
And the wrench or whatever over to Tom. Like, I didn't think he was going to do it because they spent so long, like so many beats of him just being like, will I, won't I? I'm like, just give him the fucking nails. It's going to help you too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that is so stupid of him to not do that. Giving him the nails makes it more likely that you will survive, whether you go down into the basement or not. So
He's convinced that basement. That's
Dude,
it.
Yeah,
man. That's the bee's knees.
Yeah, but they don't want to go down in the basement because they're fucking yo-yos.
Bunch of yo-yos.
They're all yo-yos up there.
Fucking yo-yos up there.
None of those yo-yos has a car.
Say it one more time. I think he says it like at least.
What are they?
Yo-yos.
Bunch of yo-yos.
I want to ask you both a very important question here. If you're stuck in this situation, and let's say you're not a character in this, but you're you and you're with these characters, what are you doing here? Are you going in the basement? Are you going in the attic? Are you boarding the windows up? Are you kind of like Barbara and she's like, hey, I think we can get by these undead.
They're so slow. We could just walk right past them. We wouldn't even have to
go
run.
and try to go somewhere. What are your thoughts? Because I know for me, I would get very claustrophobic. Even though the house is big, I'd get very claustrophobic. And especially dealing with somebody like Cooper would make me fucking insane. Insane with anger. So I would have to get out. I think that would be my best chance of just trying to survive that way.
Barbara has a car.
Yeah, where is that? Like, how come when someone asks her if she has a car, she doesn't really say anything? Yeah, you have a fucking car, and it's not that far because you walked here.
So, I mean, you could go get the car. I know the car crashed, but it was the back end, so that's mostly cosmetic at that point, right? Probably.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
The zombies are banging out the
lights.
Oh, question. Why is it such a big deal when Judy is begging to drive that she has to get Tom to convince everyone else that she can drive?
Tommy, tell him I know how to drive. I can do it, Tommy.
Your daddy's got trucks. She's been driving since she was little.
This is 1990. Women can drive, right? What's going on?
This is another thing that bothers me a little bit about this movie is that 1968, there are gender dynamics in that movie that are not exactly progressive. In this movie, it's not actually better. They're doing a veneer of being better, but it's just not. Barbara's entire character changes because a man makes a speech at her.
I see what you did over there. I know you can fight when you have to, but you have to now, right?
I don't know. I totally agree. Somebody needs to drive. Why not Judy Rose? Why does this have to be a speech in the whole thing? I don't know.
Oh, I want to talk more about kind of gender roles and what happened with Barbara. But I'll just answer Kevin's question first. I'm sorry. There's just so many things that we want to talk about. This is such an exciting episode, I feel. I would probably stay upstairs if Ben is there because Ben makes me feel safe. I believe in him. I'm going to go with him. And if shit hits the fan and there's an attic, I'm going to the attic.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah, I'm doing whatever Ben tells me to do. He's taking control of the situation. I am good at taking orders. That would not factor into my into my decision, but
it should.
I understand why it factors into yours.
Wait a minute, before I forget real quick. When they introduce Ben's character, does he have a hook?
Stop it.
I don't think so.
Are you fucking around?
I'm not joking.
Is he holding
I think he has
hook?
a hook.
You might be right. I think
Like
he
he's
might
the
be
Candyman?
holding like a hay.
Like the
Yeah.
hook that was put on his stump in the Candyman.
I don't know. I'll find it in editing, I'm sure.
Foreshadowing?
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Right.
I mean, that would be insane. I don't know. Jill, you wanted to talk on the gender issues in this movie, right? Specifically.
I'll preface it by saying this came out kind of in the height of like, I think 3 Alien movies were out at this time, The Terminator.
Yeah.
So it takes that route of being like action horror that people were watching and going to the movies to see like en masse, I feel like. And I feel like that maybe that with the fact that people hate Barbara in the original movie because she's very passive. She's just in a catatonic state the whole time. It's not very like empowering for a female.
Now I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
People hate her.
I thought it was interesting, but I get it.
I'll get there because I love Barbara in the first movie. But okay, but I know from like experience with talking to people about that movie that people hate her. So I can see why they like basically made her into Ellen Ripley. Like that's who she is.
Because people love Ellen Ripley.
Yeah. But Barbara's not Ellen Ripley. And so it might be a little bit of a hot take, but maybe Nathan agrees with me. The original Barbara adds to like the realness of the movie for me. Like it's realistic because people process fear and trauma differently. Not everyone needs to like become a badass with a gun and, you know, and I liked that about Barbara. It has nothing to do with the fact that she's a female. I just think that was her character and I was fine with it in the original. I really liked her. She was interesting. Like it's different. And maybe it coincided with like how women were portrayed in horror movies at the time, but I don't know. I thought she was great. And she is the second last person to die in that movie too. So she does survive for a very long time. And she does like kind of sacrifice herself to save someone else in the first one.
Helen, yeah.
Yeah. So she's like a hero.
Yeah.
I don't really love her being like a final girl in this movie. Like I don't see the need for it either because the tone of the first movie is so somber. It's bleak. Everyone dies. Like even Ben, who manages to survive the night. And this is the most tragic thing about that first movie. And I think it's part of what makes it great. He makes it through the night. And then he's killed by this like random hick with a gun who's like enlisted by the government to like help people. And they just shoot him on sight. And I think that's relevant with today too. Like, you know, police brutality and violence. More recently, you're just handing idiots with guns ice. It's kind of the same thing. So nothing has really changed.
You know, that was at the height of the civil rights movement. Too. So it's about that. And it's definitely relevant now, but it's about police violence in the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with you about the Barbara from the first movie. I understand that a lot of horror movies portrayed women as kind of just helpless damsels in distress at all times. And back then, while she was helpless a lot of the time, she wasn't just helpless. There was more to it. There was depth to her helplessness, the way she was processing her trauma. She could barely talk. Like you spend a lot of that when she first meets Ben going, say something. And I thought that was really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before in a horror movie, to be honest with you. Whereas I have seen Ellen Ripley. So, all the time, you know. And so, I mean, I don't mind badass Barbara. I was like, okay, we're just sort of 1990. I guess you can't really do the Barbara thing anymore. People will make accusations like, isn't this supposed to be 1990 and not 68? Yeah. I don't know. It's just another thing I felt was sort of better about the first movie. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't mind badass Barbara, but I preferred catatonic Barbara. Catatonic Barbara also takes care of your she has a car problem, whereas badass Barbara should be telling you she has a car. Catatonic Barbara might not. So
yeah,
I'll be honest. Like, I think the issue I have with this Barbara is her change in this happens very quickly. And Nathan said it earlier, like it's almost like she gets that speech and snaps right out of it. But then, and I know we don't have much to go on before like what she is normally, but it is giving us the idea that before she is kind of I would say more of a pacifist, like somebody who's not the badass version of Barbara we get, right? Yeah. So it's almost like she has that catatonic state in this, snaps out of it, and then fully, not only snaps out of it, but like fully goes the other way, right? Yeah. And becomes this.
She's
Ellen
changing
Ripley,
into
like
pants, and all of a sudden she's Ellen Ripley. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
This movie came out before Terminator 2, so you can't really call her the badass Sarah Connor. But
Sarah Connor,
but close. You know, it does give off
very
that
close.
aura.
Again, I don't mind that character, but like it would have had much more impact if you built up this character to like maybe the end, right? Where like Ben dies and now she's like, I have to step up and become this.
I have to assume leadership.
This character. Yeah. Right. Like, because I have no other choice and I've seen all this horrible stuff and it's added into who I am now. I'm a cold, like badass, you know, and I think that gradual arc would make more sense. Whereas this, it's just like, you know what, it's like almost like they're making a checklist, right? Like we need, we need the alpha male, we need the asshole, we need the, we need the badass chick, boom, you know, and instead like make it more of a gradual arc that makes sense, that we can all as the audience like root for her throughout, and then she has that at the end where we are like, because I don't know about you both, but like at the end I was just kind of like, oh, like I don't know.
It also doesn't help that I did not think she had a good performance. She wasn't good.
Her
when
screams
she was
were good.
I found her screams to be so piercing and annoying and over the top, especially in the beginning. I was like, shut up.
I thought it was Judy Rose that was the ear piercing scream, but
they both actually did it. Yeah.
It could have worked better maybe if her performance was better, but there's no way to know that because, you know, it wasn't.
It's not a gradual change. And my issue is like, I do not believe for a second that the girl that we see in the cemetery who's scared of cemeteries is the same girl who's like bolstering a gun and like just shooting it and like just like a total different like it's not realistic.
Yeah. Is he dead? Is it dead? Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know why we were having this argument in the first fucking place.
That was also confusing. But
I've decided it's not dead because I'm a moron.
He was dead a minute before. I swear to God.
He was not dead. He couldn't have been. You were wrong. You made a mistake, that's all.
I'm the dumbass in this fucking movie.
Yo-yos.
Bunch of yo-yos!
Okay, so the other thing is that, like, why do we have to go androgynous and why do we have to make her more masculine in order to be badass?
Right.
Like, how come we can't have, like, femininity be badass or also, like, save her? I don't know. Like, I just don't believe it.
Yeah. My least favorite scene in this movie is when she literally takes her skirt off and puts pants on. Like, how on the nose and just, I don't know.
On the nose is a problem that we've got a lot in this movie too, by the way. But
but you're right, Jill. Like, why, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm only mad about it because Barbara gets so much flack in the first movie for her catatonic state, for just being like a dumb woman who doesn't do anything. And I just don't think it's true. I think she's such a dynamic character, even if people don't see that. I'm like, I'll defend her and I'll die on that hill.
I think Nathan was saying, like, you know, it's looked upon because of the time and how women were treated overall and things like that. And they weren't seen as, they didn't have much authority or whatever.
Yeah, but
so
I mean,
like, oh, we'll just make her
If you lump
do
her in
nothing
with
for
that,
most
you're
of the
missing
movie.
depth.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on something you said earlier about this feeling very like bloated for a movie, right? And I feel like part of the issue they have in here is they spend most of the time that they're inside doing one thing, which is trying to board up all the windows and doors and things like that. And, you know, I know they talk about trying to get to the gas and about finding the keys, but we don't have any other plans really working here, right? And we don't have any, I would say, you know, other than doing those things. Like, they're not even talking about food. This is where I kind of want movie magic a little bit. Like, cut to different scenes so we're not just seeing the same shit. Because then it's like, yeah, some of these jump scares are cool when the zombies are coming through the windows, but by the fifth or sixth one, they're losing their luster and we're seeing the same scenes over and over again, right? I mean, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
It happened too much.
I don't have much to add to that, to be honest with you. I agree.
And they didn't go upstairs to break it up by like throwing Molotov cocktails out the window. Like,
right.
It's just the same thing.
Yeah. And then you realize at the end of the movie that Harry didn't even explore his surroundings for things that could help him survive at all. Because if he did, he would have seen the fucking gas key.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like that to me, I felt the same, where it was just kind of like the same repetition thing over and over again, which made it feel definitely longer than it should have been in that scene. I almost, and I know I talked bad about this at the beginning, but I almost wish we had seen some more dialogue between characters or something, you know, like, hey, tell me about you, whatever. Like, I know I talk shit against it, but like, it would have broken up some of this here a little bit versus all just kind of yelling and I don't know.
It's annoying to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you were saying like the human drama and the human characters overshadowing the zombies and the danger bothers you about zombie movies. But that does happen in the original movie more than it happens in this one. And it works for me because I thought it was really well done. And also it's the first zombie movie. So you're not just getting that same formula over and over again. It's the fucking first one. So
yeah. And that with the fact that there's so much, like, they're giving you so much background information about the characters that we were never given in the first one. And it worked because the actors were just effective, that the characters were, I don't know, just charming, and it was fun to watch them. Here, I'm just like annoyed that we keep learning things I don't care to know.
That's probably the biggest thing in this is like the characters overall. You're just like, you don't care about as much. So I think that's probably the biggest issue.
Other than Ben is great. Tony Todd is great.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
And in that situation, what they should have done is they should have came up with different ideas to like break it up. Like, okay, we have to try to go get the keys that are somewhere, like maybe go out to the shed and do like different things to break it up a little bit. But this to me, just like you said, we're stuck in this house with these characters we don't like. I don't know. That was frustrating. Let's get to the ending. This ending, right? Is, and I touched on it a little bit, but like, I feel like we don't care about it, right? I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't. This was really the thing that made me go, okay, no, this movie is so much worse than the first one. Barbara just sort of walking through the zombies, shooting one every now and then or whatever, finds her brother in the back of a truck. And it's like, that is way less effective than having her brother show up as a zombie and murdering her. That is so much less effective. It's so much less interesting.
Yes.
And then I didn't like that she went and started hanging out with the hillbilly people. And then my least favorite line in this movie is,
They're us. We're them, and they're us.
they're like us. We're like them, and they're like us.
Now he's turning us into monsters.
You brought it back.
Don't tell me what the fucking theme of the movie is. I have eyes.
And ears.
And ears. So
oh my God.
Like I can see what you're saying with the whole, this guy's fighting zombies for entertainment. These people are hanging zombies and shooting them. Like I get it. I understand what you're trying to convey. You don't need a character to talk to herself for me to understand what is going on here. Mm-hmm. So, very similar to the now he's turning us into monsters line in Halloween Kills. Like, no, I saw that. You don't need to say that out loud. Stop it.
Imply it.
Exactly. Show, don't tell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stupid. You're disrespecting me as an audience member by doing that. And it makes me unhappy.
Very.
That's usually more modern.
Yeah, exactly. It's modern movies that tell you what you're supposed to think.
Not to be the old man. That's whatever, but
it's true. You know, it's true. Other than some of the elevated horror stuff, movies these days like to hold your hand and guide you along to what it's trying to say, and by having characters say it out loud.
Jill, what's your thoughts on this ending? Did you like it?
I'm about to be enraged.
Uh-oh.
This is the kicker. This is like the worst crime, maybe even worse than the Ellen Ripleyfication of Barbara, is what happens to Ben.
Yeah.
Because even though George Romero liked to say that he didn't choose a black man, like for the character of Ben, it just happened that Dwayne Jones did like the best job. Mm-hmm. The fact that he dies at the end after surviving everything and is shot by a hillbilly on sight, being a black man, like you said, during civil rights movement, is so powerful.
He made a metaphor whether he meant to or not.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's something, whether it's implied or not, I think it's part of what makes this movie so powerful, why it has stayed with us for so long over the years, is because it leaves you with that. And then the credits pop up with like pictures and everything. And it's just so bleak. It's like tragic.
It's devastating. Yeah.
Yes. So for this to happen, and he just, I don't even know why he becomes a zombie. That's a question I have also, but like, why kill him like that?
I think he became a zombie because he died by bleeding out from his gunshot wound. And you become a zombie once you die.
So it's like Walking Dead.
I was going to ask that because his door was locked.
Yeah, no, he just died and became a zombie. The recently deceased are reanimating and feasting on the flesh of the living. But no, I totally agree with you. To have them kill him in basically self-defense because like he's a zombie now it's just so...
It's a waste.
It's a waste. Yeah. It's bleak and upsetting, but not in a way that leaves you feeling like it was powerful. It's just bleak to be bleak instead of making a statement.
Yeah. And instead of making a statement like the first one with Ben, they try to make a statement with Barbara being this strong final girl survivor woman, and that just falls flat to me. I think it's a crime.
Yeah, I thought the statement with Barbara was that she embraced the they are us, we are them, they are us lifestyle. Like she became one of the bad people. Because like after she says that, somebody goes, what? Which is great. And she goes, just having fun.
Say what? Nothing. Having fun.
So then she shoots Harry in cold blood.
I would too.
No, I know, like but that. It's like, I don't know. What are you doing? What are you trying to say? Like, I agree. Like, he's an asshole. He's a bad guy. Yeah, shoot him, whatever. I don't feel bad about that. But it feels like there's a statement being made that I don't care about.
Technically, he killed Ben, though, too, because he shot Ben.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like why she killed him. I didn't take it as her being like a bad person. Okay. I thought she was like still the same, but she was blending in with all these other people like to survive. But I think she kills Harry because she's avenging Ben, and Ben like kept her safe, and they were like these buddies in this apocalypse. But I don't know. That's interesting.
That makes sense though too. Nathan, because like you kind of tied it in together here, what me and Jill are thinking, because she does watch them break that door open. So she knows that there was no other zombies in there. She's thinking like, yeah, the reason why he died is because he got shot by this asshole. So I'm going to put a bullet in his head. So I will say it is iconic. The image, again, I'm a person like when I watch movies, like I love just what are iconic images in these movies. Seeing Tony Todd as a undead person, like that's an iconic image. Yeah.
But
it sucks it went that way, but I do like that image of him. So I'm trying to put a little spin on a positive here.
I appreciate seeing him as a zombie. He does make a cool looking zombie. I'm just like, they hurt my boy like that, you know?
Yeah.
My Ben.
Yeah, I agree. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? This one's really, there's a lot to pick off the bone, I think, here. We really should have made this a versus episode, I think.
Yeah. Well, it is now. It wasn't meant to be. But, I mean, I watched the original today. I probably should have known that was going to happen.
I think it's just inevitable with this movie because it's a remake. And George
unless
Romero,
you haven't seen the original, I feel like it's almost a disservice to this movie that I watched the original, because I feel like I would have liked it better. I would have had less negative to say about this movie if I hadn't seen the original.
But it's a remake, so
but it's a remake. It does not exist in a vacuum. It can't. Like, it exists in the same world as a movie with the same title and the same plot, but is also better.
And I don't want to blame Tom Savini for this because George Romero still oversaw this. He wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
So something, I know he was like approached to like do a remake, but like, how can you take your little baby, your biggest work, right? Your prized possession, and then be like, okay, I'm going to rewrite it. And then this is what the rewrite is. Sacrilegious.
There was this sentiment that the reason why Romero and who is the writer, Russo was the other original writer. This was the first movie they had come back together on, I believe. Maybe they were doing this to kind of take back Night of the Living Dead because the original had the copyright issue, where it's public domain. So they felt like everybody,
it's crazy to me,
took that and ran with it.
Does anybody understand how that happened? Because I read it and none of it makes sense to me. Because I know these videos that we make are copyrighted to us because we made them. We don't have to register them with the government or anything for us to own these things. So why is this like weird technicality where it's public domain immediately? Why is that even possible? I don't understand at all.
Yeah, I don't get it. And then after 100 years, like, your copyright's done anyways, so.
It's a weird little thing. I don't know why it happened. Is it because they registered like the Night of the Living Dead and not just Night of the Living Dead? Is that why? I can't remember.
It was because they registered Night of the Flesh Eaters and then the name of the movie changed from Night of the Flesh Eaters to Night of the Living Dead. So exactly what you were talking about, but
just
different.
Words. Yeah. I think it worked out for the movie though, because it got so much, like, it's so accessible, it's ubiquitous, and everyone can watch it, and it's just like spawned all these other movies.
Yeah, but Romero was mad that he didn't have control over the property because the from what I read, and I didn't do a huge amount of research on this movie but from what I read, what the final straw was somebody colorized it.
That's out there.
And he was like, "What the fuck? No, fuck you. What are you doing?"
I agree.
And the colorized version is just on YouTube because it's public domain. And it looks awful, by the way. It's not right. And I get it,
Did you see this too, that more recently Russo redid the Night of the Living Dead for like an anniversary set and added new scenes?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Now I'm gonna say a short prayer, and then we best leave.
Prayer? I'm not staying for it. I don't want to hear it.
He doesn't deserve a prayer,
That
Reverend
were like
Hick.
filmed horribly. Like
I didn't hear about this.
Oh my goodness. When you get a chance, check it out. There's like,
boy.
Nathan could go out and film a way better thing than this guy did for Night of the Living Dead to add into the movie. Like, why? Why? Why?
I don't know.
Anything else you want to talk about?
The naked zombie had a nice ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Agree. Very firm.
yeah.
Toned.
There should have been more naked zombies. Not just females, males too.
There was two, and one of them was a man. I was talking about the female one, but
man too. I didn't
he
remember
had a
that.
hairy ass, so
Yeah.
Oh.
At the beginning, I was questioning why his clothes were falling off, but that's fine.
That's a good point, because, that didn't make any sense.
No. It was,
I forgot about that.
why were his clothes falling off? Like, it's fine. I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just I don't understand why.
It's crazy. What'd you guys think of that huge ass explosion?
The truck going up?
Yeah. I mean, it was certainly more dramatic than the explosion in the first one. Far less realistic.
Damn.
I kind of laughed. I was like, holy shit.
Same.
This thing went off.
Like, I know the car explosion can be pretty big, but I don't know about that big. I don't think there's enough gas for something that big in your average truck.
That's
I
great.
just feel bad for poor Judy. She's out to prove she can drive, and and then bam,
she whips fucking Ben off the back. Like,
we lost Ben.
Like, why are you losing? Why is he not sitting down in the back of the fucking truck at that point? Just sit down, take the hatch up.
Was that meant to be a joke too? Because Tommy was like yelling, like, "We lost Ben!
The car! We lost Ben! Go back! We lost Ben!
Oh my God, what did you tell me?
I was hollering at you. Go back and pick him up.
Turn back!" And then she's like, "I didn't hear you." And he's like, "I was fucking yelling."
I think those two characters are like, I feel like they're meant to be a little bit of a comedic relief, but then they just get roasted. So, like the worst death imaginable.
And they're the ones who get eaten, though. Both movies. Their fate is the same in both movies.
Yeah. They're just more dumb in this one, I feel like.
Not that they're even all that smart in the first one, to be honest with you.
They're just like not obnoxiously dumb.
Yeah.
If you're dumb in a horror movie, you gotta die. Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
We on to quote or kill?
Oh, shit, I forgot about this.
Oh, you got this. You got your favorite quote. It's Barbara's, right?
Go to me last.
We're going to give you our favorite quote or kill of the movie. I got my kill as Cooper.
You came back.
He needed to die. It needed to die. That guy was an asshole. My quote is from Ben.
This is something that nobody has ever heard about and nobody's ever seen before. This is hell on earth.
This is hell on earth.
Pretty good.
Sell
Pretty
that
good.
shit, baby. Sell it.
Woo. Yeah.
Nathan, how about you?
So my favorite kill was actually Tom and Judy Ann getting exploded and then eaten. I also liked the line, somebody had a barbecue here, huh?
Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, cop.
As the cops are walking by the truck because, they did. They got barbecued and then eaten. This is not a movie with a lot of really memorable kills, to be honest with you. So that's the best we got, I think, for me. My favorite line was from Ben as well. He picks up the phone. It doesn't work. He hangs it up and he says,
"Doesn't take long for the world to fall apart, does it?"
And I liked that line just because it is entirely true. You know, it doesn't have to be a zombie apocalypse. A good hurricane will knock out your phone lines, and it takes, matter of hours. So
those are really good. I'm going to have to piggyback off of Nathan because I can't think of a kill that I really liked. Like, I'm happy Harry died, but I think
you didn't like
Tom
the kill
and Judy,
of Ben?
I don't want him to die, but he was I will say he was like the coolest zombie just because he looked
like Tony
cool.
Todd as a zombie.
I just love Tony Todd is the thing. And everything he says is great too. So, but yeah, Tom and Judy, because that explosion happened, I was like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's time for our letterbox rating. We're going to rate this movie from 1 to 5 stars. 5 is Ben, because he's badass. 1 is Cooper, because he sucks. Nathan, start us off.
Yeah, so I had one score in mind at the beginning of this conversation. It has gone down.
Wow, we brought you down.
Yeah.
Oh, I blame Jill.
What the hell?
I was going to score this 2.5 stars. I'm going down to 2 stars.
Wow.
And again, it's not because this is a bad movie. This is a much better movie than I think our conversation lets on. I did enjoy myself watching it to some extent. But like we've been saying over and over again, this movie does not exist in a vacuum. It exists in a world where the first one exists. And the first one is just better. For somebody who can't deal with black and white, can't deal with old-timey special effects, maybe this one's for you. But for me personally, I see no reason for this movie to exist, and I'm probably never going to watch it again because I have the first one on 4K right behind me. And if I want to watch Night of the Living Dead, that's what I'm going to watch. Without that one existing, it's probably much more than a 2-star movie for me, but it doesn't matter because that one does exist.
My rating, I'm going to be a little bit nicer. I'm at a 3 on this one. I had a good time overall. I know it's not the original. The original is a 5-star, and this can't compare to it. But I think there is some good things here. Tony Todd is one of those good things. You know, he just takes over the screen every time he's on it. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of Barbara. Wasn't a huge fan, obviously, of Cooper or the other characters, pretty much. And that hurt this movie, especially when you have that small atmosphere of being stuck in a house with these characters. Mm-hmm. And I'm a person, I want to root for characters and get behind them. And even if they're not the nicest characters, like, give them some dimension and help me out a little bit. This movie too, I think, lends itself to the characters and wanting to know more about them and have a little bit more dimension to their characters. But I will say it's fun overall. I think it's a good watch. Like I said at the beginning, if you're getting introduced to horror, nothing's over the top. Obviously, like, if there was more gore here and better kills, I think that would have definitely upped the rating. I just think that this is a really okay horror movie at the end of the day. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's not one of the best, but I do recommend it, especially if you've seen the original. Watch this one too and see maybe there are some things you like. Maybe you do like the color versus the black and white. Maybe you do like Tony Todd's performance. Maybe you love seeing the blow up scene there. So there could be things for you in here. So I would say, 3 stars. Jill, how about you?
Yeah, I'm also going to give it a 3 stars because I think it's at least half the movie the original is, and it does some things differently, and I can respect some of the things it's doing. It exists because the original exists. Yeah. I'm kind of piggybacking off of Nathan again. Like, I had a very hard time watching this, trying not to be conflicted about how I felt about it. I still don't really know how I feel about it. I just know that this is a better one, and I will just watch this if I ever get a hankering for Night of the Living Dead. I love Tom Savini, and I'm sorry. I appreciate the swing you took, and I'm having a hard time with it just because I love the first one so much.
You might be having a hard time with it because there isn't that much more to say.
Yeah, I did yap about this, and so
it's,
for all the reasons I said earlier, it's a 3.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing too when you went Savini, like, because you think massive gore effects and chaos, and this is a very tame movie.
I don't know. I feel like for a first movie, maybe remaking such a classic wasn't a great idea.
Yeah. And he would have been part of the first one too, but he was a soldier in Vietnam at the time, like doing war photography. So, and he was even doing special effects over there. The only reason I think it's cool that he got to come back and like have his shot at it. I mean, that's cool in retrospect, but it's a hard one to do, man. It's rough.
Yeah, it's tough. There's like a handful of classics for horror that you don't want to touch, and I think Night of the Living Dead is on there.
Yeah. It's a perfect movie.
There's plenty to be updated about it, but why would you want to?
Before we end the episode, we want to let you know what we've been up to this past week. We're getting ready for Scream 7 on the horizon. For the Mouths of Madness podcast, we watched Scream 2. It's been a while since I've seen it. We did our Scream ranking on Straitjacket Talk, so if you want to take a look at that, I'll put a link down in the description for you. We gave you our favorite Screams and had fun watching all of them. But this was the first time I had watched Scream 2 since that time, so...
That was only a year ago, though, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I like the Scream series. It's a fun series to watch because you can really watch it whenever. It's not really holiday dependent. You know, it's not like Halloween. You like to watch around Halloween time, obviously.
Right.
It's like that. Jason, you like to watch them in the summer. I'm just making shit up. But yeah, so our real world champion,
David Arquette.
Yeah, I met the man.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we met him, when was it? Almost 2 years ago at Silver Scream Cons in Massachusetts. Yeah, so we had him sign his picture with him and Big Gold, the WCW world title. We had him sign it, your world champion, David Arquette, because he is our world champion.
I'm glad it's framed.
Yeah.
What's funny is like I'm not a wrestling fan, but you guys unironically love that he was world champion. Everybody else hates that so much.
Yeah.
And he was sensitive about that when you talked to him.
Yeah. Wrestling fans can be very tribal, I think, sometimes. And did you ever see that documentary on David Arquette?
No.
It was like Killing David Arquette or something like that. I wanted to see it, but I have seen clips of it, and you can see the passion he's put into wrestling. Like he does house shows and random independent shows. He's not all about just making, money or like the clicks or whatever.
Right.
Like he actually likes it. So when we went to meet him and we talked to him about him being the world champ, he really thought we were like busting his balls, and he was a little he was a little kind of
he's a little teddy bear, dude.
Yeah.
When I met him, did I ever tell you about the time I met him?
No.
He's like one of the only like celebrities I've like met. I met him the last time I went to Monster Mania Con to get like a Scream poster signed. I don't know what happened to me. I just like went mute. and I'm just
that happened to me
him.
when I met Frank Black, so I get it.
And I could feel his judgment. Like I could feel like he was like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? Like I was just like so awkward. I didn't know what to say. And I was, so.
You know what? Logan, my son, had a very similar experience because he was speechless the whole time, right? And then afterward he goes, and I agree with him, like legit. He was like, it was pretty cool to meet like a legit movie star, and I'm like, he is a legit movie star.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just Scream either.
No.
So,
yeah.
You could just tell his presence too. There was something different about him. Obviously, like he thought we were making fun of him a little bit, and it didn't go that well, but he was still very kind and nice. So I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea.
No. He's a teddy bear.
Professional. Yeah.
And he's genuine.
And he loves Scream, which I think is so cool. Like, he's really, like, very appreciative of Scream. And, like, we watched Scream 2, and he's such a big part of that. I mean, him and Gale are, like, such a big part of Scream 2. I think they have a bigger role in that than they do in the original. So it's really cool to look back on that one. Starting to go through some of the Screams, getting ready for Scream 7. I gave that a 3.5 stars because the original is the original. I don't love it as much as the original, but I think it's a really, really good time. I mean, I think it's one of the best horror sequels out there. Me and Nathan were texting back and forth about some of the great ones, like Aliens, right? And Halloween 2, 1981, but
Gremlins 2.
Gremlins 2. But Scream's got to go on. Scream 2's got to go on that list too, I think. So, Jill, how about you?
I mean, speaking of David Arquette, on Valentine's Day on Shudder, I put on the movie Spree with Joe Keery, who plays Steve Harrington in Stranger Things. He's the main character, and he plays this like kind of incel, like Uber driver, but it's called Spree in this universe.
Okay.
And he's just like driving around with like cameras all over his car, and he's like filming everyone, and it's on a live feed. He's trying to go viral on the internet, but he's just like a nobody. Something is like sinister, like lurking beneath. You know, he's a serial killer. Like that part is already implied in the movie, so it's not a spoiler. You don't really see anything happen until like way into the movie. It's not a horror movie for a long time, and then it all of a sudden is, and it goes ham. But it was just, I didn't know what to expect from that movie, and it was like such a delight. It goes all over the place. It's funny. It has David Arquette in it, which is why I brought it up. He plays the dad of this kid. He's great in it. And so is Joe Keery. I think they have amazing performances in that movie. Yeah, I recommend putting on Spree. It's just a wild ride, like literally. So
yeah, I saw that on Letterboxd that you gave that a high rating.
I gave it 5 stars.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You gave it 5 stars?
Yeah, I was in a good mood.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I watched like 5 movies that day, and that was the last one I watched. So I should have been burnt out, but I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Right.
That's awesome.
I finally watched Begonia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. And I said, I don't like movies where somebody's tied up the entire time.
Understandable.
Okay, so I went to my friend's house. He put it on. He had already watched it, and he rented it. He rented it again so he could watch it with me. Yeah, I remember hearing about it from Nathan, but also Rowan and Colton on my other podcast. So I already knew something going into this movie, and my friend, it was a couple of us watching it, and he was like, I want to see your reaction, like when X happens and like what you think is happening. And I already heard about so I was like, I bet which I don't know. I guess you'll have to watch it to find out. That's basically like the whole movie. You have these like incels tied to the previous movie who kidnap this like CEO. But yeah, someone's tied up the whole time, like Nathan said. So because she's hostage.
I haven't seen it.
What?
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Begonia?
No, I haven't seen it.
He told you he doesn't watch it because someone's tied up.
So you actually don't want to watch it? I thought you watched it.
I want to watch it. I do. But every time I go to watch it, I'm like, Emma Stone's going to be tied up the whole fucking movie, and it's going to piss me off.
Yeah. Emma Stone's so good, by the way. She's fantastic. I love her. I'll watch her in anything. Yeah, it's a crazy movie. It goes all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a fever dream. Yeah, I really liked it. I give it 4 stars on Letterboxd, but I think it's at least a 4.5. And maybe it'll reach 5 territory. But the whole premise of it is like so ridiculous. Like it's ludicrous. Maybe you should check it out. I think you would actually like it.
There's a good possibility I will, because I mean I like Poor Things a lot.
Yeah.
I don't love it as much as a lot of other people do, or as much as you would think somebody like me does, but I did like it a lot, and I thought Emma Stone was great in that. I've been meaning to check out a bunch of Yorgos Lanthimos stuff, actually. Yeah. I want to see The Lobster. I want to see Dogtooth. The only one I've seen is Poor Things.
I want to watch more as well, but yeah, it was good. And then the last thing I'll talk about, I went to the movies yesterday to go see big movie of the year, Whistle. I'm a slave to It's Lace podcast. They got me going out. I have to go watch Strangers Chapter 3 this week. Kill me. So I went to go see this one. It's called Whistle. I think it's done in theaters after today. Like I had to drive an hour to go see it, and there was one showing that day at like 1:15 p.m. I was not expecting it to be a good movie. And also there will be an episode on It's Lay's podcast about all my thoughts on this. So you can go check out more of my thoughts extensively over there. But yeah, I went into this movie being like, I hate Rowan. He's a sadist. He's always making me do this shit. And it was me and one other guy in the theater, and he was sitting right in front of me. And I had to sign my seat. Like, so I'm like, did this guy actually just like pick the seat right in front of me? And I hated it because I had matzo sticks.
That shit.
So I'm like trying to eat.
Moved.
No, because I like the spot. It's like dead center and like in the middle.
He should have moved.
That's why he liked the spot too. Honestly.
Well, I could have moved down a row.
At least he didn't sit next to you. That would have been really awkward.
Oh, yeah.
That's happened to me before. But anyways.
I'm sure it has.
And it's creepy.
It's got to be worse for a woman too, especially if you're watching it alone. But
exactly. I get paranoid too. Like I'm a paranoid person. So I was like, is this guy like going to try to kill me or something?
Right.
But I didn't get killed.
That's always good. Yeah.
Thankfully. You're not undead right now?
Yeah.
Not actually. Just posing. But yeah, I ended up really liking the movie. It's kind of like this generation's Final Destination. But not exactly. It's about like a cursed object, a relic, this whistle. These kids blow it and death comes to them in the form of how they would actually die or how they're actually going to die. So like if you die of old age, your death comes to you as this like old crone and she touches you and you turn into this like old creature sort of thing. So yeah, I like the gore. I thought it was pretty good for the most part. I thought it was unique. I like all the deaths. I'm a big fan of Final Destination anyway, but it also kind of is in the same vein as It Follows and like Smile, but I wouldn't say it's up there with those movies in terms of quality. But it's a fun like movie. I think if I was a teenager, I would eat this up. The main character is a lesbian and has a relationship with the other like main character. I thought that was cool. There's a lot of good music. The movie ends on a Churches song, and I love Churches, so I thought that was cool. Yeah, I think it's like kind of emo, so if you're into that, you might like Whistle. Hopefully it'll come to streaming soon because I think it'd be a good movie to stream. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. It has Nick Frost in it.
Oh, from the Shaun of the Dead?
Shaun of the Dead. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh. He's in it. He plays a teacher. It has the actress Michelle Fairley, who plays Catelyn Stark in Game of Thrones. She's in it. The little girl in the Logan movie is like the main character.
I've never seen Logan, so.
Okay, she's like grown up now. Yeah, and she's really pretty. So I thought it was cool. But Kevin, what have you been up to? Did you already go?
Yeah.
I already went. Nathan, what
are
you up
Nathan? Sorry, Nathan, what have you been up to? Jesus Christ.
Well, you scared me. I panicked. I was like, I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything more.
Go again.
So I have been rewatching Twin Peaks. I am almost done with season 2. It is just as incredible as it always was. And it is always amazing to me how much surreal, weird shit they got away with on that show on just regular network television.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm almost done with season 2. I've got 2 episodes left of season 2. Then of course I'm going to have to watch the movie again, and then I'm going to go on to season 3, which is where shit gets real weird.
Why do you put yourself through this pain
I
regularly?
I know.
Like the emotional toll of that.
Of the movie. Yeah. I mean, the show has rough parts as well, but the movie is just so devastating.
It hurts.
Yeah.
I have it on the list for the show, but I keep skipping over it because I'm like, I'm not ready.
Yeah. Well, Kevin hasn't watched the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks, so it spoils who the killer is.
So get watching.
Yeah,
what we're saying.
I've seen the first couple episodes of season 1.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And anyway, I've been having fun with that. Also, Heather Graham is in season 2. And she's also in Scream 2 at the beginning. And another thing I watched, I bought the 4K of Boogie Nights.
Oh,
and there she is. So I've been watching a lot of Heather Graham lately. And I rewatched this movie. This is a movie that Kevin and I have loved for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It's another Paul Thomas Anderson movie. It stars Mark Wahlberg, Don Cheadle, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Burt Reynolds. Oh God, who else? John C. Reilly. It has everybody in it. Mark Wahlberg plays a young man who has a very large penis and is discovered by a porn producer. And it ends up being like the rise and fall of a porn star named Dirk Diggler.
Oh, I need to watch this. I didn't know this is what it was about.
You need to watch it.
It's so good. And we watched it at the age of 14 or 15.
Religiously.
Yeah, there are some formative moments in this movie for sure.
Yikes.
Heather Graham and Julianne Moore. Anyway, we used to quote it all the time.
Nathan, let's be real. We still quote it.
We still quote it.
Do one right now.
Eddie, aim it at her tits.
Eddie, aim it at her tits. Jack tells me you've got a great big cock.
You guys quote that, huh?
May I see it?
Thank you, Eddie.
What the fuck? I need to watch this.
Is he going to fuck me in the ass? Do you want him to fuck you in the ass? Well, it'd be nice.
Fuck her in the ass.
Fuck her in the ass. The dismissive hand gesture. It's also one of the best movies I think ever made. It is like, it's not just that it's funny, it's also dramatic. It's one of those big ensemble movies, lots of stuff going on at the same time. Main focus on Dirk Diggler, Mark Wahlberg's character. And it's, a rise and fall. It's very respectful of its subject matter too. Like, it's not just, let's laugh at the porn stars. They're real characters and it's not judging them. It's ultimately about found families. All these people, they come from broken families and they find each other and they trust in each other. It's a great movie. It's tragic sometimes and hilarious at other times. So
I want what's in the safe.
You want what's in the safe. Do you want to kiss me? That one's actually kind of sad. I rewatched it and that line came up and I was like, I laughed because we always laughed at it, but it was also just kind of like, I'm mature enough that I understand that this is sad now.
Jill, you have to see it. Put on
so good.
The movie night list.
Let me go do that right now.
Then we could all quote it.
2.5 hours long, by the way, but
fine. I'm starting to do movie nights every week now because I had this problem of being on 2 podcasts. I never get time to watch movies for fun.
For yourself, yeah.
And I've forgotten how to watch a movie and not have to sit there and critically think about it or anything.
Right.
So yeah, I think once a week I'm gonna have a movie night, me and Anthony. And so he picked last week John Carpenter's Vampires. Mm-hmm. And I'm picking this week, probably going to be Warm Bodies. But yeah, I feel like that's a good solution to just if you have someone else doing it with you, it's more likely to stick and show each other different things.
Boogie Nights is a great addition to the list on that one. It's on the Criterion channel right now. That's the only place it's streaming for free.
Just buy it.
Yeah, just buy the 4K. Just do it. It looks amazing on 4K. It's incredible. It's so good. The other thing that I bought and watched is the Blu-ray of Bloodbeat.
There it is.
Oh my God.
These are polar opposite movies. Boogie Nights is a big prestige drama comedy, and Bloodbeat is a bad movie.
Nice.
It's bad in a way that I love. It is about a ghost samurai who murders people on Christmas Day. characters are all sort of psychically connected to each other in different ways. It's very strange. There's really offbeat, strange decisions in cinematography and effects. It's a fever dream of a movie. There's a chick who masturbates every time the samurai starts killing people because she's psychically connected to the samurai somehow.
Oh my God.
Kevin was saying that House reminded him of Bloodbeat. And
yeah.
I agree to some extent. I do think that House was more deliberate in the way that it deployed its chaos. Bloodbeat's also way less chaotic than House. House is a good movie. Bloodbeat does a lot of the same stuff, but it's not good. But I love it anyway. It's Logan and I were the only killers on that when Mouse and Madness covered it last Christmas a couple of years ago. I don't know. I recommend Bloodbeat. I recommend it for real. It's on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
You can watch it on YouTube. It's also on Tubi.
Watch it on YouTube though. Tubi takes you out of it with the commercials.
All the ads. Yeah.
YouTube has ads unless you pay for no ads.
Well, it's illegally put up there on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube has ads if the person who uploaded it put ads on it and they didn't.
Because I started watching Night of the Living Dead last night on YouTube.
No.
In parts. So then an ad came on and I was like, fuck this. I'm going to rent it.
I rented it as well for the same reason. Yeah.
It was on Tubi.
I can't do the ads.
No.
Yeah, I know.
It was on Roku.
Roku channel.
Go see Bloodbeat for free though.
Watch Bloodbeat. It's great. It's terrible and it's great. Yeah, I rated both of those 5 stars on Letterboxd, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah,
Bloodbeat.
I mean,
5.
And my review on Letterboxd for Bloodbeat is the 5-star rating is only half ironic, but.
Where's my?
But it is half ironic. It is not a good movie. It is poorly acted. It's poorly directed. It's poorly lit.
5 stars.
Yeah.
It's the experience. It's all about the experience.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's everything.
Ending on the 5-star bangers.
On the 5-star Bloodbeat. Yeah.
Well, that does it for our review on Night of the Living Dead from 1990. We'll be back with another episode, and we're going to be reviewing my pick, Hush.
All right.
Mike Flanagan. Have we done a Mike Flanagan yet? No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have.
We
did that Shining sequel that I can never remember the name of.
Oh, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Shit, I forgot about it.
We haven't done a good Mike Flanagan yet, though.
Maybe this will be one.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
I do love Mike Flanagan.
Well, maybe this will turn that around. That frown around. But until then, back to the padded room with you. They're coming to get you.
Barbara.
Johnny.